Wayne Davis or I story.
You'd be laughing too if you took in $25 million this year. When he started out, Bob Keen was what they call a Catskinner, driving caterpillars, moving dirt.
Get that hump out of there.
You can see that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
It's going to happen now.
Well, he's getting it.
How many yards come out of this hill?
It'll be about 1.2 million in this cut here. 1,200,000 yards.
20 years ago, he bought a beat-up Caterpillar and went out looking for work. Today, he has 125 cats knocking down mountains in northern BC to make room for a railroad.
Getting a few yards out with that D9, eh?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's going pretty good now. You know, we started in it.
Compared to what it was.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's so hard to get at because it's so high, eh?
Oh, boy, I tell you. A lot of dirt to move.
He ain't too big, Bob, but he's one tough little bugger. Most catskinners are little guys. The big ones, they don't bounce around so good.
By and large, they're drinking men, but not in the bush. In the bush, they move dirt and save money, up to $800 a week. They stick it out for 2 or 3 months. Then one day, they're gone. They come back when they're ready and start moving dirt again for Bob Keen.
Oh, Bob, he's been known to take a drink himself, you know. But what he knows is when to work and when to play.
That's a hanger.
Bring on the smoking joke.
Where's your breath? Actually, it's a retro, you know. We have a lot of fun. They used to shut down from, I think it was 6:30 till 7:30, sweep the beer parlor up. These guys were in there all afternoon, and I was there. And they got pretty tight, and so they cut the beer off to shut, you know, for this hour. They didn't like that, so they backed the D7 cat up to the door, and they dragged the winch line in there, and they wrapped the winch line around about 4 posts, see, and they sucked her up, and they said, "Bring some more beer, we'll suck her down."
Stayed open for a while.
Oh, yeah, they brought some more beer, all right, because we took shifts on the cat, and we kept her going to about 6 o'clock in the morning, and they phoned the cops and everything, but there's only 2 cops in for it now from them days. They wouldn't come down.
We're a little hard pressed.
Yeah, well, they knew whose crew it was.
Hey, you know how come they come?
Keen got himself $1 million worth of business by the time he was 30, but then fell out with his partner and left Fort Nelson with 9 cents in his pocket. He started over again, and in 10 years has built himself a business worth $17 million.
You gonna do as you're told, or you want to run off?
they find out where we're at.
Bob Keen here. Well, not too bad, but there's only 3 men showed up there. Yeah, they're already Stikeen. I've already got my ears burnt off by Stikeen already. That 3 men wasn't going to help much. I think by tonight there's going to be quite a bit of iron down. He's not too agreeable or doesn't seem to think there's a problem there, and there sure as hell is. He just says, well, 3 men's all we need here, and that's a bunch of BS.
Keen had trouble raising money in Canada for expansion. British bankers were more impressed and bought a piece of his company.
Mr. Keen's knowledge of construction in heavy bush is formidable. Mr. Keen himself has driven all forms of earth-moving machinery.
You understand those figures now? Or have
Well,
you
Bob,
had
it's not a question, not
time to...
No, it's...
Well, it is a question of understanding, because if you don't understand the financing, or, you know, if you don't understand how you got in that position, then it's understandable to me why you can't show me in the black instead of the red.
No problem.
If we don't show a profit, I'm not interested in the company.
R.J. Keen is now diversifying. He recently rescued Oil Patch Pipeline from bankruptcy in return for a controlling interest.
If worst come to worst, Bob, we could go painting up at, you know what, I mean, that's the kind of work these guys have done. They started out that way, and...
I'm the man with the money in this, and the worst is here, and I want to, you know, if you can make $1 painting, let's get painting, because every nickel counts. Look at the costs, what your costs were on the last jobs you've done, and see if you can't compare them with costs of other people, because I don't, you know, there isn't, these little contractors aren't going broke every day. And, you know, we say, well, we can't do it for that price. You keep coming in there saying somebody else, well, Jesus, they've bid so low they can't do it for that price, and yet I don't see in the paper where they went broke. They must be making money, so all it does is tell me that your costs must be higher through poor management or poor field management. I want to reiterate that you're in trouble as far as I'm concerned, and I want to see it start up the ladder, so.
This is a strong man trick.
Oh, anything is on.
Guess I'm too weak.
Keen Industries now employs some 625 men, first-rate personnel with a variety of skills.
There's a railroad going into a lake they call the Dease, where the men and big machinery make a grate for the great iron beast. You may think it's impossible, but just you wait and see till you hear the lonesome whistle of the mighty PGE. It started out from Fort St. James in mountains wild and free, winding through the valleys into northwestern BC. 300 miles or more of grade they say we have to make till we reach our destination up there somewhere by Dease Lake. Keen Industries has got the job of making miles of road so the PGE can lay her tracks and haul them heavy loads of logs and ore and minerals that are in great demand. Such beauty you have never seen, a touch of God's great hand. 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, and the time it drags so slow, and in the long cold winter months through 7 feet of snow. Pushing on towards the end we go without delay, but something to look forward to, Friday is payday. There's lakes and streams and swamps out here, all new around every bend. We seldom get to go to town and visit with our friends, but if you ever have the chance, you must go and see where we built that long and winding road through the Rockies of BC.
The company's not that well known in the East, as you know.
No.
As well as it could be. I'd like to see the year, I think the year after the year-end results, you would have had a full year on the marketplace. There'll probably be a lot of developments which will have taken place and which can be reviewed. A story can then be told. But, you know, in the modern day world of finance, telling the company's story is a full-time job now.
Some 300,000 shares have been sold to the public, but Bob Keen retains voting control.
You know, it's something that's steady.
I mean, the financing would be carried out in Canada for that Pakistan project.
Oh, yes. You know, it's...
Guaranteed by government sources.
Well, it's been guaranteed by some Arabian families that have formed an investment company, and they also have a working agreement. I understand they have a working agreement with the president of Pakistan. The money is coming from sheikdoms.
Keen doesn't like to see money leave his system. His Catskinners drank in the Fort Nelson Hotel, so he bought the hotel. If he has to hire trucks, he figures he might as well own them. So he bought out 2 companies and now has 18 trucks working in the Northwest.
It's all socked in. Bear Lake's all socked in, Joe.
In 1970 and 71, Keen bought up 2 small airlines. Now he owns 20 fixed-wing aircraft, flying charter in northern BC and the territories. Keen himself is an old bush pilot who still likes to fly close to the trees.
Fort Nelson radio, POI is rolling, runway 21.
Check at 40 after the hour.
Keen is a man who likes to take his chances. He found Canadian banking houses too conservative for his needs. So he took his business to an American bank, and things began to move.
Do you know where that flange is at that we've got coming out to Whitecourt?
He's now in the oil industry. He bought 90% of Pinewell Limited, 12 rigs servicing oil wells.
What's it at today, 10?
10 and a quarter. Market's way down.
Yeah, I told you to let me know when to buy. He says buy today. It'll never get lower. You got 300,000 shares out?
Yeah, but about 50 or 60,000 of those are trading in the States.
Keen Drilling Limited has 7 rigs capable of drilling to 15,000 feet. Streeper Marine Transport and Eagle Industries, operating 10 barges on the Mackenzie, now owned by Keen Industries. This brings Keen's holdings to 14 separate companies with a gross annual revenue of $25 million.
I haven't talked to any young people that have really wanted to make $1 million. You know, life is too easy now. Seems like young people today are far more educated than we were when I was that age. And they use it more in figuring out how to, you know, live without working. And they do it quite successfully. Down to the Dirty Shame Saloon. Get help. Just about every Saturday night, you know, like the beer parlor there in the Avenue, the tables would just be flat and all the glasses broke and just look.
There's blood and guts in this.
I know, I got a few scars to prove it.
You were in the middle of a few, were you?
Oh, yeah, well, looking for Catskinners, you know.
Yeah.
Looking for Catskinner.
Hire the last guy standing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it was for quite a while.
That's
Yeah,
right,
but
you
he
want to
was
be on
the
his
best
side.
battalion.
Yeah. This one guy, there was a double bunk, and this guy was up in the double bunk, and he was looking down and just said, "Don't you come near me." This other guy was laying down in the bed. I said, "Come on down, Dad." He said, "Them snakes won't bite you." Jesus, he said, he laughed. Here this guy was laying there smoking away there looking. This other guy was up above. You imagine there was snakes crawling around the floor.
He went and got the snakes. He was in there about the third or fourth night he was in there. I guess they really had a rough night with him.
He wasn't seeing ducks with high hats coming
Fell in
through
love
the
with
bottom
the
of the door.
propane bottle.
Like Wayne Davis last fall, he got the snakes out there and
He said, "You
attacked
leave that,
our lake, holy.
leave her alone, she's my girl." And here was an old propane bottle sitting there.
We're in Mormon.
I had a guy one time, you remember when Grasshopper come down from, he come into town with 4 cases overproof booze, $2,300 in his pocket. And it was about the Christmas time, about 22nd of
The
December.
incredible thing about the Northwest is that most of the stories they tell are true, and the legendary characters are people you actually knew.
I was going south for Christmas, and I went down to have a drink with the boys. He was right out of his mind then, and so was the whole hotel. They tore about 3 doors off the room's end so they could talk back and forth. There was women and everything going every place, and booze bottles rolling down the hall. And so I got out of there and come home and driving through town to go to Dawson Creek, and here's Grasshopper going across from the Fort Nelson to Avonlea. His bare feet, no shirt on, and his pants, no belt in his pants. He was holding his pants up and he was walking across the Avonlea, see? So I didn't let on as if I knew him. I just kept on going. I come back on the 27th of December, which was only about 5 days. It cost me $1,800 to bail him out.
Jesus, he really did a job, didn't he?
Yeah. Damage to the hotel and everything, you know. Yeah.
Was he one of your boys?
Oh yeah, good man in the bush. Like I just finished telling you, we got $3 million in public issue on November the 3rd. We've increased our bank line from $3 million to $6 million, and that's in 6 months. And we need $5 million at this point just to handle what we got going right now.
What percentage do they expect to go down to Mackenzie?
20,000 ton of it.
20,000.
20,000.
Well, I was told anybody's going to guarantee 30,000 ton is figuring on 50,000 ton.
When Keen was a simple cat skinner, he often went months on end in the bush. It broke up his first marriage. Now he's remarried, is raising a family, and has found himself a place to relax. A hunting area of 11,000 square miles west of the Rocky Mountain Trench, where he and a partner raise horses.
What do you want to do?
Look at that dirty bastard. Just a snapping at that.
All them race horses, they fight. And the very cycle coat.
What's that? Which one?
Give him a $5 ride, Frank.
They cut him open, and he was shot right through the heart. And that bugger went 100 yards. Well, he said if he'd have been on shore, and that damn thing would have come right at him, you know. But
they claim that a grizzly bear's heart only pumps about once to every time, like for instance, a man does twice. And if they get excited, then their heart speeds up and gets that blood flowing a little faster. That's why you can blow their heart apart, and the blood will keep still go on for yeah. It's a bear I shot him 4 times, and he got my scent. As soon as I passed him, he got my scent. He was only about 10 feet behind me, and he started out over this log after me. But he was sicker than hell, and I just let him have one right in the wishbone. him down. Maybe I'll ride him.
Just the fellow you told me was gonna be it.
That number 5 will. You take him out first, I'll take him out.
Wait! Okay, let him go.
Boy, suck back on you.
Hold on a minute.
Oh, my God.
When I haul at feet, you just keep getting your hold. And when I haul it, get off, start getting off. Remember I told you, get that hand out, and then don't go ahead. Come back, throw your leg up. Don't get off the hard way.
Your ass will never be
Turn your toes out and get your chest out. Don't lean back. Bob,
let's go and get that wild one.
Lean, follow him out. Bob, now think about the chest. Feet.
Okay, let him go.
Find it out! Find it out! Find it out! Find it out! Find it out!
We'll get the bulldozer and we'll have him sitting up here, and then we'll get the loader down there and we'll get the stinger over here, and then we'll just set it right up when we get everything here. There's no use getting excited about it. It's one of these things that happen.
Accident with a grader, eh?
Yeah, nothing serious. We set it up this morning.
No damage.
No. The guy got hit in the head, though.
Yeah.
And I think what happened, he fell asleep coming from the far end this way.
He was walking it up like that.
Yeah.
Keen, he once had one of them big crawler tractors go through the ice on the Liard. And he flies out and it's 30 below zero with the wind blowing. Ties a rope around his middle, grabs a tail chain and dives in. He didn't need no towel either when he came out. That water just froze into sheets of ice and slid right off him.
As the empire grows, the problems multiply. Guardians of the environment, like fisheries experts, look on the big outfits with misgiving. Keen obeys the rules, but figures if you want people, you're bound to lose a few fish.
Any construction company is going to get away with what they can. It's a matter of economics for them. You know, they're here for one purpose, to make money. This outfit here would do it too. They'd shove it all in the river and let it go, and it silts the river so bad. We lose spawning grounds for years out of it till it cleans itself up again. Sometimes you never gain that ground back.
What he does is he watches your procedure. You're supposed to use, a certain procedure to go by them cuts or go close to the river, and he makes sure that you do it the proper way, The proper way for the fisheries is backwards for us, but that's the way we have to do it.
The heaviest trophy in the world.
Yeah, it weighs about 35 pounds or 40 pounds.
Bob Keen, the competitor, likes to win. He sponsored a Chuckwagon team, and it won the world's championship. He thinks he may drive it himself next year.
The R.J. Keen outfit there. As you see, from Fort Nelson.
Eh? Yeah, he went up to protest, but see, it cost $25 to protest. I hope I'm right or I'll have cough up with the 25 bucks.
There they go! A great start. Nose in, pulls in, outriders making for the mount. Stove left behind. Archie Hackmell's outfit is left the stove behind. A barrel is being knocked over. Stuart Branch has knocked the barrel over. R.J. Keen with Ralph Diggins gets them out in front, and the other three are bunch right in behind. But something will tell the tale here. Into the back stretch, and it's a flying bait.
Come on, Dave! Come on, Dave! Come on, Dave!
He's got all his outriders. The other outfit's only got 3.
The R.J. Keen outfit in front, and that is Ralph Diggins, the defending champion, in front by 1. This should be quite a finish as they make the turn around number 3. R.J. Keen's outfit holding on the rail.
Look at there, see, he couldn't get on the inside. He's going to win anyway, but he's got all his outriders.
The flag is ready for. Here they come. They've got an eighth of a mile to go, and it's Ralph Bigham of the R.J. Keen outfit coming down the lane for home. It's going to be quite a finish.
Well, let's go and get some dinner.
Okay.